Hey y'all, this is Jeremiah, pastor at Centennial ARP. We find ourselves in Proverbs chapter 9, verses 13 through 18 for today's video devotional. The woman Folly is loud. She is seductive and knows nothing. She sits at the door of her house. She takes a seat on the highest places of the town, calling to those who pass by, who are going straight on their way. Whoever is simple, let him turn in here. And to him who lacks sense, she says, stolen water is sweet, and bread eaten in secret is pleasant. But he does not know that the dead are there, that her guests are in the depths of Sheol. Now, we have seen a couple things personified so far in the book of Proverbs. One was the adulteress, right? This caricature, this explanation, this illustration of the temptations to sin and unrighteousness bearing itself out through sexual immorality in the case of the book of Proverbs, but really bearing itself out into the fullness of life and of righteousness and unrighteousness for any given individual as they are reading this book. Likewise, we've seen wisdom, wisdom revealing herself to be one who is calling to those who would listen and hear, that she might aid and benefit them, that she might show them the right way. She, of course, being one who is herself wise, as she is personifying wisdom, but that wisdom is born out from God himself. And so even as there is righteousness, even as there is a right way, all of those things are founded upon something sure. There is real capital T truth that wisdom is based around, and it is God himself. And now we see a third character emerge, and it is folly. Folly, the one who likes to look like wisdom but has no basis or foundation. And you only realize there is no basis or foundation when you're standing knee deep or even waist deep or even chest deep in the quicksand that you thought was solid rock. Folly, who is calling for those to come into her home, just like wisdom, as she says the same words. Whoever is simple, let him turn in here. She wants to teach, but what she is teaching is false and wrong. And so we must be wary of such things. And it happens all over in the world. A claim to truth, a claim of knowledge, a claim of the right way. A good example of this that we see in our world nowadays is the attack on truth itself. Perhaps you're familiar with this, perhaps you're not, but this example is a good one that I've heard from professors past in my seminary days. There is an attack on capital T truth, on objective truth. The concept goes like this in the world nowadays. This is not my own. You can find this in the world right around you. Perhaps you are one who subscribes to such things, but there is no objective truth. All there is many truths that we embody. So for instance, for you, it might be wrong to do X, Y, Z, but for me, it's totally okay. And a good example of how this breaks down is if I walked up to you and said, hey, give me your wallet. I think you would say no, but that's my truth, that it's okay for me to take your wallet and therefore take all of your possessions. And you say, no, that's not right. You say, well, there's no objective truth. You say, well, no, but that's not okay if you do that. And you say, well, there's no objective truth, though. And so here, what we see Folly saying is, you're right, there is no objective truth. Why don't you come and do that? But don't let other people know because they might get a little frustrated, and we don't want any frustration because we wouldn't want anything to happen to our enterprise, right? Stolen water, it's so sweet as long as we have it, right? Bread eaten in secret is so pleasant, but we're eating it in secret because in all likelihood we took it, and so don't cause the waters to have ripples. Just take the bread, eat it in secret. That way no one knows. But there's a problem. Because as this bears out, because you are not operating in the light when you have such a functionality of what truth is, you put yourself into the dark place, and we do not know that the dead are there, that the guests are in the depths of Sheol. Folly is loud, just like the world is loud. But, dear Christians, as we are believing in the Lord Jesus, as we are given a truth that is capital T, that is objective, follow after such things. Do not be swayed into the house of folly, thinking that just because of a loudness, just because of a seductiveness, just because of a a moment where you get what you want, that it is right. There is a right way, and that right way is to follow after wisdom. That's what this book of Proverbs is about. That is what the Lord is about, that He might give us the salvation that we need. But the salvation is just the beginning. It's an unlocking of who we should be, which is beings, those created after the image of God to be doing the right thing, the truthful thing, the objectively right way forward. Be blessed today as you consider such things.